in a plane. Shall I continue? Yes.
Didn't get second, ma'am.
Come again.
I did not get second sum.
What is the second sum?
In surface integral f bar dot n bar evaluate surface integral f bar dot n bar ds, where f bar is equal to x cube I cap plus y cube j cap plus z cube k cap, and s is the surface of the sphere x square plus y square plus z square equal to r square.
Okay. So we will convert that into volume integral. So here is the question. Okay, you have to evaluate the surface integral f bar dot ds.
Yes, ma'am.
F bar dot ds. F bar is given to you. What is f bar? X cube y plus y cube j plus z cube k. And surface is x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r square. So we'll instead of calculating the surface integral, we will calculate the volume integral, which is this thing, volume integral. What do you have? Divergence of f bar dv we have. Okay, so what will be divergence of f bar? Tell me. It will be 3 times of, so 3 constant x square plus y square plus z square. Is it? dx dy dz. అంతేనా?
Yes, ma'am.
So this you have to evaluate, you have to substitute the limits and all. So what we will do here is we'll change the problem into spherical coordinate system. Okay, then it would be easy to evaluate. So in spherical coordinates, what are the transformation? X, what transformation you substitute? X is equal to r sin theta cos phi, y is equal to r sin theta sin phi, and z is equal to r cos theta. This transformation we will apply to solve this triple integral. We will convert the Cartesian to spherical coordinate system, so that now the limits will be from, r limits will be from 0 to a, theta limits will be from 0 to pi, and this phi limits will be from 0 to 2 pi. And if you substitute here, you will get r square, r square, r square. So one of the r square common. Okay, then you will have, what else you will have? Tell me. When you take r square common, overall this will be dx dy dz will be equal to what? Dr d theta d phi. Is it or not? And what is the Jacobian here? X square plus y square z square is nothing but r square. When you substitute here, you have dx dy dz. In spherical coordinates, when you calculate, it will be mod of Jacobian with respect to x, y, z of r theta and phi. So that will be, you will have dr d theta d phi, and this Jacobian value is nothing but r square sin theta. Now if you integrate, you will get the result. Okay, so I think we are yet to do the problems related to the spherical coordinate system from the last topic. I mean, from the last unit I have left. I have given this transformation, but we have not solved the problems related to this one. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you solve now, this is just a triple integral in terms of r and theta and phi. You can directly integrate and get the result. Anything else?
No,
Any
ma'am.
other? What about others? No doubt?
No, ma'am.
So let's continue with the Green's theorem mapping. See, from the last unit means from the third unit, from multiple integrals, we have to do few more applications. Though I have given all, but still we need to do few more applications related to that mass and all those things. Okay, center of gravity and all those, as well as the problems related to this conversion from Cartesian to spherical and cylindrical. These two things we have to do. So once this unit, fifth unit is over, we'll take one or two classes for those things. Okay. Right now, it's Green's theorem in a plane. Green's theorem in a plane. And now, as you have already know, divergence theorem is a transformation between the surface integral and the volume integral. This is a transformation between the line integral and surface integral, but in a plane. So that is important here. Okay. So here we assume that S to be some a closed region in XY plane we are assuming. So when I say in XY plane, and when you solve the surface integral in XY plane, ds will be dx dy. Is it or not? So only one single surface integral value you need to calculate. That is the difference here. Actually, if we go through the surface integral over the closed surface, all those things, that's a lengthy procedure. But here, since we are doing this thing in a particular plane, where this region is bounded by some simple closed curve, that becomes very easy. So here S is a closed region in XY plane bounded by a simple closed curve C. And if you have two functions m and n, which are continuous functions of x and y having the continuous derivatives, in this region S, then the Green's theorem is something like this. A line integral for a closed curve. See, if I just mention C can be any curve, but on the integral sign, if I mention a circle, that is a closed curve. Okay. So now the question will be something like this: m dx plus n dy. You need to find the line integral of this one, m dx plus n dy. Evaluate. Now this is quite difficult. So instead of evaluating this, we will apply this theorem and just evaluate the surface integral value of dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y dx dy. So already you have taken that ds to be dx dy, and what you need to calculate is just dou n by dou x minus dou n by dou y value you need to calculate over that surface S. Okay, over the given plane in xy plane you have to calculate this one. So that would be quite easy. Now this C is traversed in the positive direction. That means you will take the readings or limits in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, where C is traversed in the positive direction. That means anti-clockwise direction. So this is the statement of Green's theorem. It's a transformation from, this is the line integral, LHS part, okay? And instead of solving the LHS part, you will solve the problem using the RHS, which is a surface integral. It's a double integral with respect to x and y, and here the function will be dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y. And this m, to calculate this first order derivatives of m and n with respect to x, y, that m and n you can get it from the given question itself. Okay, maybe sometimes the question is given directly, sometimes it may not be given directly. Anyhow, you should be able to find what is m and n based on the given things. Understood all of you? We'll solve the problems, then that would be then you will understand it in a better manner. Now again, two parts here you will have. They will give this question, this problem on LHS, and ask you to evaluate by Green's theorem, or evaluate by Green's theorem. This question will be given, LHS part will be given. So you have to apply Green's theorem. That means the RHS part only you need to solve by applying Green's theorem. Sometimes the question can be in verification form, but when verification is asked, verification of Green's theorem for some problem over the given curves and all, then you don't have the choice but to solve both LHS and RHS and prove that both the values are same, both the results are same. Okay, got it? Understood, all of you?
Yes.
So first part, let us solve the verification part only, because here you need to have, you will learn how to solve both LHS and RHS. Okay, so you have to verify Green's theorem in plane for integral 3x square minus 8y square dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy, where this C is the region bounded by y is equal to root x and y is equal to x square. Okay. So first what we do is, we'll solve the RHS part, because that is easy one. Why easy? Because here actually you are not, I mean, you are solving the surface integral, but in a particular plane. You have already taken a projection dx dy. So in xy plane only you are calculating. So only one integral you need to calculate, one double integral you need to calculate. Okay. So if you observe, compare this given question with the standard one here, this part. What is M? Tell me. What is M?
3x square minus 8y square.
What is N?
4y minus 6.
Yeah. So here you will assume let M is equal to 3x square minus 8y square, and N is given as 4y minus 6xy. This is M and N. Now to apply that surface integral, to apply this Green's theorem, you will need partial derivative of M with respect to y. So it will be minus 16y. And partial derivative of N with respect to x you will need. So that is minus 6y you will get. Okay. So you have this Green's theorem which says that integral of m dx plus n dy. Remember, whatever you have with dy is n and with dx is m. Even if it is written in some other order also, you should be very careful while writing your m and n values. Okay, this is given as the surface integral dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y dx dy, or any order depending upon the limits. We will write that order. So solve this dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y. Dou n by dou x is minus 6y, and that will be plus 16y you will get. Is it or not? Double integral 6y with a minus sign, minus minus plus 16y you will get dx dy. Okay, still I have not written any limits here. So if you solve this you will get 10y. So 10 a constant outside, double integral over s. You have y here, dx dy. Now let us write down the limits here. Okay, so to find the limits, first we need to draw the region here. So let us draw the region in xy plane. What is this equation? Y is equal to root x. Tell me. Y is equal to root x means y square is equal to x. It's a parabola on which axis? It's a parabola on which axis? On?
Positive x.
Positive x axis. So it's a parabola. So this is a parabola, y is equal to root over of x. Another one is y is equal to x square. That is also a parabola on
Positive y.
positive y-axis. So it's a parabola, y is equal to x square. So the region of integration is bounded by these two curves. Okay, the region of integration is this much part. So this is the region of integration. Okay, okay. This is the region of integration. And remember, here limits need to be taken in anti-clockwise direction. That means how you will move on a here it's okay, limits of y you can find, but when I say anti-clockwise direction, that means it should be in this form. From here to here it is going, from this point to this, and then again moving back towards this point to this point. Understood? So let this point be O and let this point be A. So what is the value of this point A? Tell me. Intersection point?
1, comma
1, 1. Okay. Now, while writing this double integral, limits of one variable need to be kept constant and another need to be kept in terms of other variable. Okay. So let me do it. So this will be equal to 10 times of integral. Okay. Suppose you take the horizontal, vertical one. So vertical, if you choose vertical one. Okay, so what is this curve? Y is equal to x square to y is equal to root x. And x limits I will keep constant. So x limits are from 0 to 1. Now this is nothing but just a ordinary double integral. Okay, you have a function y here. Since I have written y in terms of x, so first I will integrate with respect to y and then with respect to x. So integrate and tell me the result of this one. All of you. You get y square by 2 limits x square to root x dx I will get. So this 5 I can write here, integral 0 to 1. Root x means I will get x here. Okay. And x square means minus x to the power 4 I will get dx. I substitute the limits and tell me the answer. So now when I integrate, I'll get x square by 2 minus x to the power 5 by 5. I will get limits 0 to 1. Lower limit 0, upper limit only you will get, which is 5 into 1 minus
3 by 2.
Minus 1 by 5. How much? 3 by 2. So this is the answer. This you have solved by applying the Green's theorem. Okay, only RHS part you have solved. Now you have to go. This understood all of you how to solve this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that was very easy. Now let us see the verification part where you have to solve actually the line integral on the LHS. Okay, so give the heading verification. So now you need to integrate this one. Integral C m dx plus n dy. This part you have to integrate. Okay, and we can write this line integral along the given curve. Okay, along the given curve. So here how many curves you have? See, along the given curve. This is one line integral. Okay, let me choose that. This is one line integral over this curve. Is it or not? With a green mark I am doing it. Over this curve. Okay, then again you have another line integral over this curve. Understood all of you? So the first line integral is along y is equal to x square from 0 to a plus line integral along y is equal to root over of x. Is it or not? First one in anti-clockwise only you have to see. So one of them is from O to A, another one is from A to A. O to A is which curve? Y is equal to x square. A to O is y is equal to root x. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is actually a combination of line integral along y is equal to x square, that is from O to A, plus line integral, total I am talking about, line integral along y is equal to root x, that is from A to O. Okay, so first part I will name it as I1, second part I will name it as I2. This overall line integral it is given now. Overall, this is the whole line integral along the curve is this one. Okay, I1 plus I2, where I1 is line integral along y is equal to x square plus line integral along y is equal to root over of x. So now let us calculate I1 here. Okay, so instead of mentioning here this thing, because that would be the total one, okay, I can just write down the line integral along C, okay, or you can write just the line integral along C is divided into two parts. So I1 I will calculate. Okay. So for I1, okay, what I need to do here is the overall question. What was the question actually? This one, 3x square minus 8y square. You have dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy. This now you are calculating over the curve. What is that curve? Total it is a closed curve, but now this becomes only a curve. Okay, 3x square minus 8y square dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy. This you are calculating, where this curve is nothing but what is that y is equal to x square. So now the whole question need to be converted to one variable only. This you cannot solve it directly now, because the question is in two variables. You are integrating here, so y need to be converted to x, or maybe vice versa. X can be converted to y also. Okay, so wherever y you have, you write x square, and dy will be equal to what from this? Since y is equal to x square along this curve, so dy will be equal to 2x dx. Okay, and since I am converting everything into x variable, limits of x need to be substituted. What will be the limits of x? Tell me. What will be the limits of x? From here, look at now, no vertical strip, no horizontal strip. Along, I'm solving a line integral along this curve. Y is equal to x square. So y value I have already substituted, converted. What are the x limits now? X is equal to 0 to
1.
1, 0 to 1. So this will be equal to integral 0 to 1, 3x square minus 8 as it is. Y square value we need to substitute. Y is already x square. So here you will get x to the power 4. Is it or not? This whole thing dx plus again 4, y is there, x square minus 6x y square. That means here I will get x cube I will get. And dy I need to write. Dy will be 2x dx. Now simplify this whole thing. One expression you will get in terms of x. And tell me what is it? Integral 0 to 1. Is there any x to the power 4? Check it. See, here you have 6x cube into 2x. So that will be minus 12x to the power 4. Here already you have minus 8x to the power 4. So minus 20x to the power 4 you will get. Will it be or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you have this thing. Cubic term you have. What is that cubic term? It is
8x cube.
8x cube. So 8x cube is there. Then you have x square term. So here you have 3x square. Here you have 8. Okay, that's it. 3x square only you will have. Na? Is it?
Yes.
So plus 3x square. Check it once more, is everything correct or not. So here this is 3x square as it is, no x square. This is 8x to the power 4, 12, so minus 20. So these two terms done. Now you have 8x cubed, that's it. This need to be integrated with respect to x. Substitute the limits 0 to 1. So tell me what is the answer?
-1.
-1. So when you solve it, this I1 result integral over this curve y is equal to x square is -1. Now let us calculate I2. So you observe again I2 means another curve, okay, this one. But now from where to where we are going? From A to O we are going. So when you go from A to O, what are the limits of x, tell me?
1 to 0.
Yeah, 1 to 0. Doesn't matter whether the lower limit is greater than the upper limit. We are not concerned about those things. Whichever order, since we are taking it in anti-clockwise direction, accordingly only you write it down. It is not necessary that lower limit has to be less than the upper limit. So here you are taking this along O to A, from A to O. So limits of x will be from 1 to 0. And this is what curve? It is y is equal to root x. So in that equation, in that expression of line integral, here you need to substitute, wherever you have y, you need to substitute root over of x. Understood all of you? So this will be integral 1 to 0. Now what do you have? The first term is 3x square. 3x square minus 8y square. So minus 8. For this one, you are substituting y is equal to root over of x. Or maybe y square is equal to x you are substituting. Okay. So 2y dy is equal to dx you will get. Or dy is equal to dx by 2 root over of x. This substitution you have to make it. Understood all of you? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first term 3x square minus 8y square. So y square means x you need to substitute. Okay, x dx as it is plus 4 root x minus 6x root x. That means power 1 and root 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2 you will have. Dy you have. Dy means what? Dx by 2 root over of x. This we need to solve now. Okay. So let us simplify it. So this is I2 is equal to integral 1 to 0. 3x square as it is minus 8x dx as it is. Let us solve this one. So when you solve this one, you will get a constant here, 4. Is it or not? Or you can say 2 you will get. This 2, in the division you have 2 root over of x. So root x cancel. 4 by 2 is 2. So constant you got. Minus, this will be 3. Again here what you will get, tell me only?
X.
X you will get. Okay. So that's it, dx. So if you simplify it, overall what expression you will get? Integral 0 to 1. Okay. You have 3x square as it is. Minus 8x minus 3x will be minus 11x plus 2 dx. Now integrate.
By
3 by is it the
Yes,
same
ma'am.
answer?
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how you apply Green's theorem. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
But do remember, while solving the LHS part, this line integral, you have to be very careful. You have to take the readings to get the limits in anti-clockwise direction only. Okay? Okay, let us solve another problem here. This one. You have to evaluate this one. No verification. Whenever verification is asked, you don't have the choice but to solve both LHS and RHS of Green's theorem. But only evaluation means you have to apply Green's theorem to evaluate the line integral and the application. I mean, you have to solve the surface integral actually. So evaluate by Green's theorem integral y minus, this is C. So this is y minus sin x dx plus cos x dy, where C is the triangle enclosed by the lines y is equal to 0, x is equal to pi by 2, xy, pi y is equal to 2x. Solve it. So we need to convert this surface integral green y minus sin x dx plus cos x dy to the surface integral dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y dx dy. So we need to evaluate the RHS part only because they want you to apply Green's theorem here. Okay. So for this we need to draw our things and accordingly we'll write the limits of x and y. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay. What is the region? It's a triangle given. Okay. Y is equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 means the x-axis itself. Then you have x is equal to pi by 2. So it can be any line here, somewhere here. Okay. So this line represents x is equal to pi by 2. Then what is this thing? Pi y is equal to 2x. Or I can write y is equal to 2x by pi. Is it or not? Will it be or not? So that is nothing but a straight line. I mean, it's a line passing through origin. So all something like this you will get. Okay. So this is y is equal to 2x by pi. So the region of integration will be this one. This is the region of integration. Now surface integral you are solving. So in any order you can take the limits. If you want to write the limits of y in terms of x, so a vertical strip you choose. If you choose a vertical strip, the region is not divided throughout, it will be same only. So the limits of y will be from 0 to what? 2x by pi you will have. And limits of x will be from where to where? 0 to pi by 2. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
So this values will be nothing but, okay, x limits constant 0 to pi by 2 and y limits 0 to 2x by pi. Now dou n by dou x you need to write. What is your n? N is cos x. So dou n by dou x will be equal to minus sin x. Is it or not? Minus dou m by dou y. With respect to y, it will be 1 only. Okay. And dy dx, change the order also. So it's minus, I can write outside, integral 0 to pi by 2, integral 0 to 2x by pi. This will be 1 plus sin x dy dx. Okay, integrate and tell me the result. With respect to y, when I integrate, I get y itself. So only upper limit I will get, that is 2x by pi. So 2 by pi I can write outside, already a minus sign. Integral 0 to pi by 2 will be there. 1 plus sin x into x dx. This is the function. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Now integrate this whole thing and tell me the result. Got it? Got it? ఇంకా సాల్వ్ చేస్తున్నారా సచిన్? ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్, ఈజీ ఇంటిగ్రల్.
I got minus 2 by pi into pi square plus 4 by 4.
Come again. Minus.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, come again. Tell me. I'll write it.
Pi square plus 4 by 2 pi.
Okay.
Minus
Pi.
1 whole.
Okay. Pi square.
Minus 4 by 2 pi.
Come again. Tell me once again.
Minus of
Yeah.
whole bracket, ma'am. Pi
Okay.
square plus 4 by 2 pi.
Is that what you are saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it correct answer?
I also got same.
Same answer you got?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone else? Just want to make sure whether this answer is right or wrong. What about others? Only two got the answer.
Ma'am, pi square plus 8 by 4 pi.
Ma'am, I got pi square plus 8 by 4 pi, ma'am. Minus
Pi square plus
8 by 4 pi. Outside
okay.
minus.
Outside?
Minus.
Okay, minus sign. Okay. So then you will get pi, if I solve, I'll get the pi by 4 plus 2 by pi. Then, so this is the correct answer, not this one. This is the right answer. recheck once more those who have given this answer, pi square plus 4 by 2 pi. Okay, minus sign anyhow will be there. That is not our concern, it's already outside. Just recheck these values. Okay, pi by 4 plus 2 by pi you will get, or this pi square plus 8 by 4 pi. The last one is the correct answer. Okay, understood all of you? This is how Green's theorem you have to apply. Suppose for the same question, if the verification is asked, so that also let me tell you, I'm not going to solve it. You solve and check whether it is happening or not. So here, how many parts of the curves are there? See, how many lines? One is this one. This is also an intersection point. Is it or not? Is it or not? So, if you take in anti-clockwise direction, this one part, then here, and then from here to here. So, when you solve the line integral, you will have I1 plus I2 plus I3 also you will have. Is it or not? In previous example, you have only I1 plus I2, two parts of line integral, but here you have three parts actually. So, if you observe the line, this one, here y is equal, for I1 I am writing, for I1 y is equal to 0, so dy will be also equal to 0. Understood all of you? Please answer me. Okay, so y value is not changing, 0, so dy will be equal to 0. Limits of x will be from 0 to pi by 2. So in this line integral, I mean this one, wherever y is there, you substitute 0, dy also 0. So here what you will get is only minus sin x dx only you are going to get. Understood? Minus sin x dx, and limits need to be substituted 0 to pi by 2. Got it all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now when it comes to I2, the second one, this one, here what is changing? Tell me. Here what is changing? Y is changing, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Y is changing. X is pi by 2. X is pi by 2. Y will be equal to what? From where to where? From 0 to 2x pi by 2. So what is the intersection point here? X is pi by 2 itself. So it will be 1 only, na? Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So 0 to 1. So wherever in the problem you have, x need to be substituted as pi by 2. Dx will be anyhow 0 only. You don't have the choice. Wherever x is there, you substitute pi by 2. Dx will be 0. And overall, if I look at, you will have y dx. Dx is 0. So there is the whole patta. Cos pi by 2 is again 0. So again, overall, the second on I2, the result will be 0 only. Understood all of you? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so this is for I2, you will have the integral value as 0 only. When it comes to I3, again see from where to where you are going. Where to where you are going? Along this line, you have to integrate. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so accordingly, you solve all this and substitute the limit. If verification is asked, if not asked, well and good. Okay. Now, sometimes what happened, the question won't be given directly, you are in the form of integral m dx plus m dy, but will be given in this form. A vector is given to you. You have to find your m and n accordingly. Suppose a vector field is given by f bar is equal to sin yi plus x into 1 plus cos yj. This is your vector field, and you have to evaluate the line integral over the circular path x square plus y square is equal to a square, z is equal to 0. Confusion ankicharanತೆ. So x square plus y square is equal, over the circular path x square plus y square is equal to a square. First, you have to evaluate the line integral directly. Directly means in the first half of this unit, the first thing was you have done was calculated line integral for a vector field you have calculated. So directly you need to calculate. Second part you need to use, but you have to use Green's theorem. Using Green's theorem. So no matter how you solve the problem, answer has to be same only. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So first let us solve it directly. Okay. So using line integral directly. So how the line integral is given, tell me? F bar dot dr bar, na? Is it or not? That's how you calculate the line integral. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So here, this is line integral. If you solve it, f bar dot dr bar, you will get f1 dx plus f2 dy, you will get f3 dz also you will get, but since z is 0, so you won't have z term here, okay, which is given as, now you see what is your f1 here, f1 is sin y, so sin y dx plus what is f2, f2 is x into 1 plus cos y dy. So this integral you have to solve over the circular path x square plus y square is equal to a square. Got it? Now here, before solving, I'll simplify this and write down this sin y dx plus cos y dy plus x dy. Can I? I just multiplied x, this is x cos y dy. Can I? I just multiplied this x inside this function and written two terms here. Okay. Now observe this part. This part is nothing but differentiation of x sin y. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Plus x dy. So yet I'm solving this problem directly by line integral. Now in order to solve this and get the limits, we'll convert this into polar coordinates. You have a given circle. What is that circle? X square plus y square is equal to a square is given. So we'll substitute x is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to a sin theta. So dx will be equal to minus a sin theta d theta, dy will be equal to a cos theta d theta. Now since xy is converted to a and theta here, I mean overall theta itself is a radius constant. Okay. So what will be your limits of theta, tell me? Limits of theta will be from, it's a whole circle, na? This is a whole circle with center 0, 0, radius A. What will be theta limits, tell me? Hmm?
0 to 2 by?
Come again.
0 to 2 pi.
Your voice is breaking some. 0 to?
0 to 2 pi.
Yeah, 0 to 2 pi. So 0 to 2 pi will be the limits of theta. And now this is d of x is a cos theta. We have substituted. Sin y is there. So sin y means a sin theta. This thing. That is d of this whole thing. Plus, again, another integral I'll write. Integral 0 to 2 pi. X is a cos theta. And dy is a cos theta d theta. Understood all of you? Now when I integrate the first part, I will get this thing only. A cos theta into sine of a sin theta. Limits 0 to 2 pi. So wherever theta is there, you have to substitute 2 pi. Wherever 0 is there, you have to, I mean, where lower limit, upper limit, you have to substitute. Plus now a square is a constant. I will keep it out. Now what is left? integral 0 to 2 pi cos square theta d theta. Now upper limit when I substitute, see upper limit when I substitute, I'll get cos 2 pi. Okay, cos 2 pi is 1, but sine of a sine theta is there. No? Sine 2 pi is what?
0.
0. And again sine of 0 only you are getting. Sine 0 is again
0.
0. So that is done. So upper limit 0. Again you substitute lower limit. Cos 0 is 1, but again sine 0 only you will get. Is it or not? So overall the value of the first integral is 0 here.
0.
Yeah. Now this is a square. Now integrate this thing and tell me the answer. 0 to 2 pi cos square theta d theta.
Pi a square.
Yeah. Upper limit when you substituted, you got this thing only, pi a square. So overall this answer is pi a square. And this result you have got by direct application of line integral. Directly you have solved line integral f bar dot dr bar. Okay. Now let us use Green's theorem. Using Green's theorem means surface integral you need to solve. Understood? You remember using Green's theorem means line integral need to be converted to surface integral and then solve it. Okay. So using Green's theorem. Okay, so if you use Green's theorem, again just now we already calculated this line integral in this form, m dx plus m dy form. Is it or not? Here we have already written this part. So from here, what is your m? Tell me. Please answer.
Sine.
Sin y. N is x into 1 plus cos y. Okay. So using Green's theorem, here we have m is equal to sin y and n is equal to x into 1 plus cos y. Now we will need the derivatives also. So dou m by dou y will be equal to cos y and dou n by dou x will be equal to, with respect to x you are integrating, so 1 plus cos y
1 plus
into
cos.
u. Okay, now application of Green's theorem means integral over the c m dx plus n dy will be converted to surface integral dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y dx dy. Okay, so if you substitute this value, you are left with, tell me, cos y minus 1. I'm sorry, this is 1 plus cos y. Yeah, 1 plus cos y minus cos y. This whole thing, double integral dx dy. So cos y cancelled, you are left with only what? Double integral dx dy. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, this is just a double integral where you don't have any function. What does this thing represent? It represents all things we have discussed in second unit, the third unit, multiple integrals. What does this thing represent? Some answer you will get now. What does that answer represent? Tell me.
Area, ma'am.
Area, very good. It represents area of the given region. If you have some function there, then it represents volume. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
We have done the applications related to this double integral. If you don't have any function there, that double integral represents area of the given region. If I put some function in terms of x and y, then the same double integral represents the volume of the given region. So here this is nothing but area of the given region dA. Now, what is the region given here? Tell me. What is the region given here?
Circle. Axis.
It's yeah, it's a circle given. Area of the circle is how much?
Yes.
Pi a square.
Pi a square. So instead of integrating also, sometimes directly you can write down these answers. Pi a square. Yesterday also we have done this thing now while solving that divergence theorem. Volume of a sphere, you have written it directly. without actually substituting limits, and that would be quite lengthy procedure. You can go for it, no problem. You have your x and y function is given x square plus y square. X limits you substitute minus a to plus a. Y limits you substitute minus root over of a square minus x square to plus root over of a square minus y square, x square. Integrate that, you will get the answer. But still, this is a simple one. You know, area of the circle is given by pi r square. R value is a here. So this is how you apply Green's theorem. So is it so directly also when you solve you got pi a square, using Green's theorem also you got pi a square. Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is about the Green's theorem. So note down few problems here, or maybe in the next class I will. By next class, at least you try them, and if you have any doubt, we can discuss now. So verify Green's theorem. Green's theorem for xy plus y square dx plus x square dy, where C is bounded by y is equal to x and y is equal to x square. So it's a straight line and a parabola. Today's same question, but two parabolas were given there. Here a straight line and a parabola. Remember again, while dealing with the line integral, while solving for line integral, you will have two curves. One is parabola, another one is straight line. So in anti-clockwise direction only, you take the limits. Take down the limits. Okay? So verification is given asked here, so you have to go for both. Again verify. Green's theorem for the integral 3x square minus 8y square dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy, where C is the region bounded by x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and x plus y is equal to 1. So it's almost the same question only what we have done earlier, but the region is changed here. I think so. Whatever. Next, write down. Evaluate by Green's theorem two x square minus y square dx plus x square plus y square dy, where here you have to just evaluate. So only surface integral only you evaluate, you apply, where C is the boundary of the area enclosed by the x-axis and upper half of the circle x square plus y square is equal to a square. verify Green's theorem. For x square minus xy cube dx plus y square minus 2xy dy, where C is a square with vertices 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 2, and 0, 2. So note down all these problems. By next class, you will solve all these problems, and if you have any doubt, we can discuss them. Copied the above problems, though I scrolled them. Written all the above ones. I think 4, 5 I have given. Written?
Yes, ma'am.
The last one?
Yes, ma'am.
Last one also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So by next class, you complete all these problems, include them in the assignment. I'll take the attendance.